Listen, here's the problem, right? Everybody seems to have an opinion about who and what our kids are. And nobody seems to want to go directly to them and ask them who they are and not define them from the outside, but allow them to express to us who they are and what it is that they have to give society. And one of the basic premises of education is to bring out the gifts and talents that's in individuals. If an educational system fails to bring out the gifts and talents that God placed into an individual, then that educational system has failed. And it would be our failure as a community, as a society, if we allow that whole group of minds to waste because we were unwilling as a community to step up and give them what was necessary to bring out their gifts and talents.
Be the Change program is one that was initiated by Alderman Ashanti Hamilton for the males here in the city, with it being a strong demand for leadership, a strong demand for mentorship, and just overall guidance. This program was the optimal opportunity to assist these young men in grooming them as to what really a man is all about. Hence the name Be the Change. When you look at the concept of leadership, life, and literacy, those are the three components of the triangle that if any one of those are missing, the triangle falls. And so with the literacy component, it's a 2-hour block where those children will engage themselves in reading, some reflective reading, some reflective writing, and then it will all be encompassed in how they express themselves through either poetry, essays, research. There are a lot of avenues that we're trying to incorporate into the lives of the young men so that they defray from that image of having to express themselves through destructive manners, such as fighting or killing, anything of that nature. The second block is one of the mentorship program with the Boys to Men Coalition. That, in my opinion, is very powerful because a lot of these young men, you already know, have fathers that are absent in their lives. And from there, being able to tear down those walls of despair through that second block program is very crucial in establishing the life aspect of our program. Again, they will be engaged in activities that generate brotherhood, generate bonding, interpersonal skills, relationship building, things of that nature. Then the following piece is the leadership piece, and what we're hoping to do here is encompass the literacy component for first block and the life component for second block, and help them to infuse how leadership plays a role in all of that.
I think that education provides access. I think that every opportunity that these young people get to experience learning, they have to understand how this will be valuable and how this is the key to where they want to go. And so, especially with this Be the Change program, I believe that it's going to equip each and every one of these young men to go back into the high schools and appreciate their educational experience on a greater level after they've been exposed to the reality of what happens when they miss out on receiving a quality education.
It feels like a chance to better myself, not only as a student, but as a man.
It kind of taught me how to be self-disciplined and, you know, that people are there for me. I can tell them things that they really could help me out. And I think next year when I go to school, it'll give me the right mindset to try to be the change and help other young men that's coming in as freshmen.
It teaches you leadership and literatureship, and it shows you that you'll be more responsible when you get older.
I hope to get knowledge and wisdom to be able to take care of my responsibilities in life and in my children's life.
The title speaks for itself. Be the change. You have to be the change.
You can be anything when you get older. You can be the next president.
It really opened my eyes to seeing how these young men have been transforming day by day. I remember from day one I had a lot of thoughts in my mind of how this was going to work, but then I saw, within a matter of days how these young men have worked together as brothers, as leaders, and growing to be young men. And it's inspirational for me to see the transformation so quickly. So I'm excited for the future, and I'm excited for the change they'll make and the impact they'll make in the city of Milwaukee.
We represent Be the Change, and we are the change.
After we gone, after I'm gone and everybody else gone, the people the children that we dealing with now is gonna be the ones doing what we doing. The movement ain't gonna stop. It can't stop.
I've been hungry all my life. Yeah, starved to the bone.
I feel obligated as a black man to reach back for the youth. It's our responsibility to take care of our own. We got to stop, and we will stop looking to other people to take care of our people. That's not acceptable anymore. I came from the hood, and looking in these kids' eyes, coming from the same place I come from, I didn't have nobody there for me. When I'm looking in their eyes, I see hope, and that's definitely what we here to bring. We here to bring hope for the future.
One of the things that I keep thinking about really comes to my mind when I'm thinking about this program is the current state in which older black men are in. And the idea that older black men have been through certain things, however, there's the power dynamic where they don't want to give up certain power to younger brothers. And I think it's crucial and important that these reins, so to speak, or the baton be passed to the newer generation. And what we're actually doing is preparing these young brothers to take that baton and run with it. And to run with it in a way that puts them steps ahead or gives them that much more boost of energy or boost of speed as they're doing things. Because many times, young brothers don't learn about themselves. They don't learn about themselves, and there is an intention behind it, because there's certain aspects or certain areas of our society which would have these young brothers identify with mediocrity and identify with just being an average individual, when that's not where they come from. And we know that that's not where they come from, and we're trying to direct them back to that and direct ourselves back to that in that process as well, and go through this growth process with them, because we want to be there and say that these are our younger brothers. And when we say that these are our younger brothers, we're looking to guide them in a manner in which, when we're older, we can pass the baton to them. And when they get to a certain age, that baton can be passed on as well. Be the change. Be the change. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Be the change. Be the change. Be the change. Be the change.
Be the change.
Be the change.
Be the change. Be the change.